If you're working in sales right now, I want you to hear something that nobody is ever going to tell you in your next one-on-one. Sales is one of the greatest launch pads on earth, but it is not a great career if you want to build real, lasting, reliable, and predictable wealth. Which is funny because most sales reps get into sales and stay in sales because they are sold the lie that they are the highest paid person at a company. And thus, most of you watching this video have probably been treating sales as the destination, not as the runway. And that distinction is costing you hundreds, millions of dollars potentially per year. Now, I share this as somebody who started his career in sales. I was a top performer. I was very good at sales. I remain very good at sales because now I do it for my own business. And I talk on my channel all day, every day about how sales reps can use their skills to start their own thing. So if you're new here, drop a follow or subscribe if you haven't already. But here's the pattern that I see constantly. Rep gets good, starts hitting quota, earns some wins, and gets a little recognition. And then they start optimizing for the wrong things. Senior rep, team lead, manager, director, vice president. That's the path, right? Like that's what winning looks like in the sales career. So you spend years, decades, getting really good at climbing the sales ladder. But one day you get there, and you realize where that ladder actually goes. And it's actually right in front. You can literally see right in front of you where it's going the whole time. You see the people at the top, they're not happy. They're not free, and they're not at peace. They are stressed out, capped out, and still grinding someone else's quota, just with a bigger title and a base that comes with many, many more problems than they had before. I watched this at my own company, and I sat across the table from VPs of other companies where when I really looked at it, while I was on the fast track for sales, I was promoted to manager in like a couple of years after first becoming a BDR. I could see that this idea of what I thought winning looked like actually wasn't winning at all, in my opinion. I didn't want what they had. I had a lot of respect for them, but I did not want the life that they had. And that's when I realized that sales wasn't a ladder that I wanted to climb. It was a treadmill that I needed to jump off of and take the skills that I had built. Now let me ask you guys something. What is it that you do all day? You pick up the phone when most people won't. You handle rejection 10, 15 times a day before you have your first cup of coffee. You run discovery and figure out what somebody actually needs underneath all the objection they're putting up in front of you. And somehow you follow up persistently without becoming annoying. Then you close deals with quarter end pressure breathing down your neck like clockwork. And here's the thing. While those are sales skills, they aren't just sales skills. Those are founder skills. The only difference between you and somebody running a successful business today, like myself, is that they took those skills and turned them into something else. Sales is the gym. It's the dojo. You're supposed to get strong in sales. Then use that strength to build something that actually belongs to you. The problem is that nobody ever told you that, and they're not going to, which is why I'm here. Now, there was a moment that this all clicked for me. I'd spent 18 months grinding it out, closing this deal for Nike for like $3.5 million, flights to Portland, endless client dinners, meeting with them a couple times a month. I was really grinding it out heavily for these 18 months to get this deal done. It was a huge deal for me and for our company. Every ounce of skill that I had in sales was literally poured into that Nike deal, and rightfully so. My first commission check on that was like $3,000, and I did have like staggered pay, so that wasn't all that I earned. I can't remember what the exact amount that I got from it was, but this is like what the math looks like when you're doing founder level work for employee level pay. At the same time though, I was starting my own business with my now business partner, Derek. I started to get frustrated in my sales job and had this idea to start a lead generation agency with my now business partner, Derek. And the reason why I share this in this video is right around the time that that Nike deal closed, we closed our first client for our agency like 2 weeks after we started the business. Never met this company in person. They were a screen printer out of Detroit, Michigan, and we closed them for $2,750 per month. Almost exactly what I earned on my first commission check from that Nike deal when it hit my bank account. I used the same skills, same outreach, the same ability to do discovery and close the deal, but the difference was that that $2,750 was 100% mine versus that $3.5 million that I spent 18 months trying to close with Nike, I got a small percentage of. And that's when I really understood that the sales that I'd been doing for all these years didn't have to be my career. It could be my training. You don't need to learn a completely new industry. You don't have to develop skills that you don't already have. You already have the most valuable tool set in business, which is you know how to sell. This is how I was able to go from that first client that I closed to being able to quit my job about 6 months later, because I knew if I just kept doing what I was doing every day in sales, but did it for my own business on a repeat basis, there was going to be freedom at the end of that. Because if in 2 weeks I could close a client for $3,000 per month, I could do that again and again from now into the future. And now it's been 10 years since we started our company in November of 2016. And for the last 5 years, we've done over $1 million in revenue. I think last year we did like 1.4, 1.3, somewhere around there. So if you're a sales rep that's watching this video and you're like, yeah, I've been treating sales like the destination, not the launch pad, do a couple of things. drop a subscribe on my channel. Some of the first videos I posted on here break down this business model in crazy detail. And in the description down below, there's also a training to a free 30-minute masterclass, break down exactly what I did in great detail, because a bunch of guys hit me up on Instagram, where I have a lot more followers than here, and asked me just for more detailed videos. Check that out. My business partner Derek takes you through everything. And drop a subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what questions you guys have in the comments down below, because I reply to every single comment, and good questions end up being future videos. So much love, guys. Here to support you all. Happy selling.